resilient life, and human adaptation. Long before the dawn of civilization, the Earth's deserts were forged by the relentless mechanics of global climate patterns. Deserts like the Sahara were not always dry. Vast tectonic shifts and the migration of continents altered the flow of ocean currents and the position of mountain ranges. As plates shifted, rain shadows were created, where mountains block moisture-laden clouds from reaching inland areas, setting the stage for aridification. These processes, combined with the Earth's orbital shifts, began to trap heat and suppress precipitation, slowly transforming lush, prehistoric landscapes into the expansive, wind-sculpted basins we recognize today. The Green Sahara and the Great Drying. Approximately 10,000 to 5,000 years ago, the Sahara underwent a radical transformation known as the African Humid Period. During this era, the region was a savanna teeming with lakes, rivers, and wildlife, supported by human pastoralist societies. However, as the Earth's axis tilted, the monsoon patterns shifted southward. The moisture that sustained this Green Sahara vanished rapidly. This was one of the most significant environmental shifts in human history, forcing ancient populations to migrate toward the Nile Valley, fundamentally influencing the development of early Egyptian civilization. Life in the extreme. Evolutionary biology finds its most dramatic expression in the desert. To survive, flora and fauna developed ingenious adaptations to cope with scarce water and extreme thermal fluctuations. Succulents evolved to store water in fleshy tissues, while many desert animals, such as the fennec fox or the kangaroo rat, adopted nocturnal lifestyles to avoid the midday sun. This chapter explores the biological arms race against dehydration, showcasing the specialized metabolic pathways that allow life to flourish where standard biology would fail. The desert as a human crossroad. Contrary to being barriers, deserts have served as vital conduits for human history. The Silk Road, traversing the Gobi and Taklamakan deserts, was the world's most important artery for trade, ideas, and cultural exchange between the East and West. Desert-dwelling cultures, such as the Bedouin of Arabia or the Tuareg of the Sahara, mastered the art of navigation by the stars and the management of oases. These groups did not merely survive the desert, they became masters of its geography, facilitating the movement of spices, silks, and philosophies across thousands of miles of empty space and the future of aridity. In the modern era, the history of the desert has taken a precarious turn. Human-induced climate change and poor land management have accelerated the process of desertification, where fertile land turns into desert. Today, the expansion of the Sahara into the Sahel and the degradation of arid zones in the American Southwest pose severe threats to food security and human habitation. The narrative of the desert has shifted from a story of natural cycle and adaptation to one of urgent conservation, as we grapple with the balance between human expansion and the delicate, drying boundaries of the Earth's arid heartlands. Would you like to explore the specific geological mechanisms behind why certain regions, like the poles, are technically classified as deserts despite being covered in ice, shaped by tectonic shifts and climate patterns? Initially formed by geological forces, regions like the Sahara once flourished as verdant savannas before aridifying. Life adapted through extraordinary biological innovations, while humanity transformed these regions into vital crossroads for trade and culture. Today, these fragile ecosystems face modern threats, shifting the narrative from ancient adaptation to an urgent global challenge of conservation and climate resilience.
मुझे लाइक सब्सक्राइब करके हिम्मत दो।